Larry Fink, he's been called the most powerful person on Wall Street, and he's the CEO of BlackRock, the most powerful company many have never heard of that own more companies than you can count. And now Larry Fink is doing the circuit promoting cryptocurrency, even though he used to be bearish, but he's no longer pushing Bitcoin. Seems like he's pushing some particular altcoins.
He also believes we should be investing in crypto.
It wasn't that long ago that the big bankers, Jamie Dimon and Larry Fink, were saying that crypto was stupid and a fraud.
I did say Bitcoin, because we were talking about Bitcoin then, was the domain of money launderers and thieves.
Let's be clear. I don't spend any time thinking about Bitcoin. I was asked a question about Bitcoin and I responded, but I don't have a strong opinion on Bitcoin.
I heard you say you thought it was a...
I said it was I believe it is an index for money laundering.
But, the markets teach you have to always relook at your assumptions.
Now, that's quite the 180 on Bitcoin. He's, saying it's for money launderers, but now he's saying, it is a great asset. But let's talk about the altcoins. He's pushing people towards a particular sector of crypto. This is breaking from this morning. He was just on CNBC.
Yeah. But there's $4.1 trillion of money sitting globally in digital wallets. A lot of that money is outside the United States. If we could tokenize a ETF, digitize that ETF, we could have investors who are just beginning to, invest in markets through, let's say, crypto. They're investing in it, but now we could get them into the more traditional long-term retirement products. So we look at that as the next wave of opportunity for BlackRock over the next tens of years, as we start moving away from traditional financial assets by repotting them in a digital manner, and then having people stay in that digital ecosystem. They can have their cash, and we have the largest cash money market fund that's tokenized called Biddle.
So he just said BlackRock is going to pivot towards crypto over the next decades, over the next tens of years, and he mentioned BlackRock's Biddle Fund. But what is the Biddle Fund, and what are the altcoins that BlackRock is working with? All right, for that you do a little on-chain sleuthing and go to rwa.xyz, rwa.xyz, and this will show you the global market overview for tokenized assets. And what Larry Fink of BlackRock was talking about was tokenizing everything and getting these investors kind of stuck in a crypto ecosystem. If you go ahead and pour some money into the digital BlackRock fund, maybe it's a little bit harder to withdraw your crypto, convert to cash, move the cash over to a bank, and then make a new investment. So if you kind of get in this crypto ecosystem, maybe you'll stay in this crypto ecosystem. But let's talk about the altcoin. So you go to the global market overview, rwa.xyz, and you'll see a couple different figures, a couple different things here. They talk about all the assets that are tokenized, and the asset that is tokenized more than anything, even more than Tether's gold or Paxos's gold, is going to be BlackRock's Biddle Fund. And in fact, combined, number 2 and number 3 added together don't even equal number 1, which is BlackRock. Now, if you click on the Biddle Fund, it will then take you to this page. It shows you the Biddle liquidity here. So what are they actually investing in? If you scroll down, you'll see the chains that they have deployed on, and they even break it down by percentages. They have a pie chart right here. So the vast majority, BlackRock's Biddle Fund is using Ethereum. And if you want to know what the Biddle Fund is, you go back here and you'll see right here, this is going to be U.S. Treasuries. So this is people trading U.S. debt, and they're trading the U.S. debt on these chains. And I would say, look at the percentage changes month over month to find the alpha. They're on ETH, they're on Solana, AVAX, Aptos, Arbitrum, Polygon, or Optimism. Some of these lines are so hard, it's hard to see the directional bias of these other altcoins below Ethereum. I want to give a quick shout out to Bank Exchange. It is my favorite exchange to start trading all of the hottest meme coins and all of the latest altcoins. And over at Bank, you can do spot trading, or you can do futures, perpetuals trading, and we're going to have a link down below as well as a tutorial on the top of our YouTube page. There are tons of features here on Bank. They have 24/7 customer support, tons of volume, millions of customers, and they're serving over 200 countries. So go ahead, open up an account, deposit some funds, and start your trading journey. Now, before I break down the month-over-month changes for these altcoins to kind of see who are the winners, who are the losers, it is worth pointing out that they are working with Wormhole this entire time. So you can kind of move your chains around. Wormhole is powering all of this. And if you look at Wormhole, they have $3 billion in this. This is going to be multi-chain tokenized assets under management. Let's get into the month over month changes. Let's look at the winners. Let's look at the losers here. So we're back here looking at the tokenized treasuries. You can see the Biddle Fund is, beating the rest of the competition. Next up, you have Franklin, and then follow that, you have Ondo. Shout out to Ondo. You can see Ondo. They're a little bit of a gold tan. They're the second yellow line here, and it seems like their market share is growing. So, I've rotated a little out of Ondo. I'll probably pause and maybe just sit on the rest here. But let's break down. So we're going to go to the top one here. It is going to be Securitize. And to just back up a little bit on Securitize, if you go to RWA, you look at Biddle, the protocol is Securitize. It's going to be a little bit of a closed ecosystem here for these BlackRock treasury assets. Now, go click on Securitize. I'll take you here. Now this is where the alpha is going to lay. If you look at the 30-day month over month change of the network's percentage of this entire ecosystem, you see ETH is growing, but you can see Arbitrum is up 1,800% month over month. Now Mantle has had a huge 30, 60 days, but now we're starting to see a little bit of a drawdown in Mantle as far as tokenized assets go. And also we're seeing more signs that Polygon is also declining. We're seeing more and more bad news about people kind of leaving the Polygon ecosystem, embracing, just ETH as a proper layer, or switching over to other L2s. Maybe, a little bit of a bad sign there for Polygon. But I would say Algo was, to me, a big surprise here that they have so much tokenized, and Arbitrum's month over month growth of 1,800% is not to be ignored. But also don't ignore Ondo, doing a lot with this ecosystem as well. And also don't ignore Wormhole working with this. So I would recommend, if you want to learn where is the hockey puck heading, where's BlackRock's hockey puck heading, this is going to be just a good resource. And just kind of looking at where is the growth, where's the shrinkage. No cold water here. Not to throw cold water on your altcoins, but I'm DZ4 Discover Crypto, showing you BlackRock's playbook. Hopefully I'll see you and your Biddle bags at the top.